Prime Minister, let me turn to the political upheavals going on in your country right now. Now, you yourself face a judicial inquiry and a judicial appearance because of this scandal over the failed rice subsidies. Do you think you're going to survive that? Because your government obviously mishandled that, and you cannot pay now the farmers for the rice that you bought up. Can you survive that, Prime Minister?
May I divide it into two parts? First, about the rice subsidy, which is the project done according to the policy of the government, which has been explained to the public and the parliament. In order to help the farmers, we found that the low-income people mostly are rice farmers. As for the National Anti-Corruption Commission, when they want to investigate me for the rice subsidy program, may I say that this was the allegation against me, and there has been no investigation of me yet. There is an appropriate procedure to give evidence to the Commission, then they can decide the fact. The Ministry of Finance will have duty to pay money to pay for this program, so this is a separate part.
The latest protests in Thailand started after you tried to bring an amnesty bill into law. Your opponents believed it was wrong, and many believed that this was a way to rehabilitate your own brother, the former Prime Minister Thaksin Shinawatra. Just so that I'm clear, is the amnesty bill dead?
We have declared the purpose of this. We will not return the amnesty legislation again. The demonstrators still not stop their protests, and they carry on to protest continuously. So the government decided to dissolve the parliament to return the power to the people so that the people can decide and select the government to run the country. But after the dissolution of the parliament, it was found that the demonstrators are still carry on demanding. Their demands are unconstitutional and undemocratic, which my government cannot accept.
You yourself, Prime Minister, had never held an elected position before becoming Prime Minister. You were in business. Many people believe that your brother, Thaksin Shinawatra, is actually still calling the shots, pulling the strings from his self-imposed exile in Dubai. Is that true?
May I say that I am, as a Prime Minister, who are able to run the country for over than 2 years, I believe that people who have selected me wouldn't want me just to be in politics and doing business. But I understand their feeling, as I was born from up country, so I have used my ability to win the people's trust. You can see from the first day I came into power, we had faced a serious flood crisis, which has never happened before in our history. If I had to rely on other people or my brother, I believe I wouldn't have solved the problems.
Obviously, Prime Minister, the economy is a massive issue, and tourism, clearly, the protests have significantly disrupted tourism, but also $15 billion worth of foreign and Thai investment is on hold because of the upheaval and the political instability.
I must admit that at the beginning of the demonstration, this may cause a concern for tourists and investors who come to Thailand, but the protests passed without any incident today. As a government, we are able to keep peace and avoid serious incidents. This is very important. I believe that we can solve the problems in Thailand with peace. Today, I would like you to see that Thailand is still a hub of ASEAN countries with our strategy to be a center player. We are open for all opportunity in order that everyone can come back to normality.
Obviously, the military has had its share of coups. Are you worried that the military could intervene?
ในอดีตที่ผ่านมานั้น
As for the military coup in the past, I believe it is a sufficient lesson for us to realize that the coups are not the way to solve the problems of Thailand, but it makes it worse. I believe that if we keep peace and avoid serious incidents, the military coups cannot take place in Thailand. And today, our world has changed. Many countries can see that any rebellious actions are not the solution. And other countries will not let Thailand enter into the coup's mode.
You mentioned that you come from the north, which is the rural heartland of Thailand, and it's where your family's political base is. There has been talk in the past of wanting to secede, of wanting to separate the north into another country, into another independent state. Do you support that?
อย่างแรกดิฉันต้องขอเรียนว่า
First thing, may I say that I will not let anyone divide Thailand. Thailand must be a whole nation. We must gain cooperation from all parties in order Thailand will be one nation. But we have to look at it in different angles, that people may feel neglected, unequal. The basis of an equal society is that everyone should be looked after equally. If we look after people equally, the ill feeling would not occur in the Thai society.
Prime Minister Yingluck Shinawatra, thank you very much indeed for joining me today.
ค่ะ ขอบคุณค่ะ
Thank you.